All right, let's go ahead and get to it. Wisdom Seeker University again. Yeah. Now we're going to be talking about the totem. Totem. We done talked about everything else. Like icon, God, image, likeness, fetish, and a slew of other things. You should be damn near a scholar by now, or whatever you want to call yourself. So let's get into totem. Let's see what this is all about. Since it's a derivative of idol. And let's not forget, we're talking about, let me go back so y'all keep track. So y'all know exactly what we're doing. No surprises. You know, we're still dealing with an image or representation of a god used as an object of worship, or a person or thing that is greatly admired, loved, or revered. And the question from the beginning was, are you following idols or not? And if you are following idols, do you agree to why you're following them? You see what I'm saying? And do you adhere to what's really going on? And if you don't, and if you don't follow them, how do you know? Are you sure? You know what I'm saying? Because if you follow anything, for the most part, it's an idol. I don't care what it is. All right. So now let's do this. Let's go ahead and get back to totem. See what totem is. A totem is a natural object or animal that is believed by a particular society to have spiritual significance and that is adopted by it as an emblem. Sound like a charm, all right? A person or thing regarded as being symbolic or representative of a particular quality or concept. A person or thing regarded as being symbolic or representative of a particular quality or concept. All right? So it's the same definition of idol, just worded in another way. All right? And the origin of the word totem is mid-18th century, which is the 1700s, from the word Ajibwa, Nindundum, meaning my totem. All right, meaning my God. Right? So now let's look at some images of totem. Now, these are some totems. We'll click on this picture so we just keep seeing different ones. All right. Let's see. See your totems? All these different totems. And by the way, this is in America. It's in America, right? What they say? Chief Tequitchion totem. Symbolism was important to the Mohegan Indian way of life. The Mohegan, last of the Mohegans. Y'all remember that? We watched that movie saying Last of the Mohegans, not knowing that we talking about our own ancestors. I don't know about y'all, but I know my ancestors say that they are the so-called Indians. You know what I mean? We know they just put that name on us, but we had different tribes. We was already over here. So all that rah-rah they talking about we came from Africa and all that kind of stuff, that's not true. The Africans are our distant relatives. We had Eastern Ethiopians and we had Western Ethiopians. You understand? Or whatever category you want to try to place us in. But we was leaving from America going to Africa. Everything started right here in the Americas. As far as like these religions and all that there. As we clearly finna start seeing right now. Oh, it's a whole lot going on. And I'm just trying to ease y'all into it a little bit at a time. Now we're back to these children and stuff in the background again, like yesterday. But it's all good. All right? No distractions. So it say this symbolism was important to the Mohegan Indian way of life. This was often reflected in an individual's totem, which was one's own personal sign. The cross with 4 dots was chief, and it was called the Tanta personal totem. The cross, representing the axis of a compass, symbolized the 4 winds. Between the cross, he placed 4 dots, which honored 4 of his great ancestors and leaders of the Mohegan people: the Sakims, chiefs, Uncas, and Sasakas. Okay? Samson Okon, and the Sagamore, chief of second rank. Tekaquidion, or Quigion, meaning Uncas, or Uncas means friend. Okay? The paving pattern you are standing on is a representation of Chief Takukugion's personal totem. The trees are living symbols of the chief's 4 great ancestors that his totem honored, meaning the 4 great winds. And he say the trees are living symbols of these 4 great winds, because we see the trees sway from this place to that place, is what I assume that they're alluding to, right? But for the most part, what we did catch is that the cross represents your personal totem, according to them in their religion. Now, when you go back and watch the movie The Last of the Mohegans, you will get a greater understanding of what's actually going on. The whole Bible is basically explaining how they came and conquered our people and took our lands from us and demonized everything that we stood for. You understand? Everything match up, everything lines up, even with the word origins. They come around the same time that we were so-called slaves, right? Come on, man. Let's connect the dots. Let's put this stuff together. So we have these totem poles. These totem poles are representing power. It's representing the cross, representing the axis of a compass, symbolizing the 4 winds. Okay, it's representing your 4 corner directions. It's representing the electromagnetic field that's spinning around, the air, the wind, the power of the universe that people call the Great Mother and all this other kind of stuff. So now that's a whole nother part of research I need to go into. You know what I mean? Like really checking out what this Tentaquidion totem is all about. Because this is my first time hearing of it. You see what I'm saying? Just by following what we following, just following totem, and it gets you into some serious stuff, get you into some facts. You understand? And so I'm definitely gonna check that out. So these are totem poles representing the 4 winds and the 4 corner directions, right? It says totems. Native Americans believe that each animal carries its own special energies and gifts. By observing how each animal lived, located food, and protected itself, Native Americans were able to define the animal's particular strengths and weaknesses. All right? So it's letting you know how our ancient ancestors thought about things. And that's why you see all these other ancient beliefs dealing with animals and stuff like that, symbolizing gods and all that. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on. But the problem is that somewhere down the line, we got lost and started taking everything literal. And then people start enacting these stories and fairy tales and fables and all that. That's what happened. That's what happened. But let's keep going. Let me not put my own 2 cents on it. Let's just pay attention and follow the information. That's all we doing. We just following the information. All right. It's a individual totem pose. Each individual is connected with 9 different animals that will accompany each person through life, acting as guides. Different animal guides come in and out of our lives depending on the direction that we are headed and the tasks that need to be completed along our journey. Native beliefs further explain that a totem animal is one that is with you for life, both in the physical and spiritual world. Though people may identify with different animal guides throughout their lifetimes, it is this one totem animal that acts as the main guardian. And of course, they got a lot more to say about that. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, I haven't really actually gotten to totem and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just about to be a whole nother level of information to add on to what I already know. You understand? So even like when they say Shet wood or Chet, you know what I mean? It's an Egyptian god with that same type of name. You see what I'm saying? Like Set, stuff like that. So that's how you will see and know that all the that which we know that already. That we know somehow, some way that all these ancient cultures were connected. They had similarities. You see what I'm saying? So once we understand that we was already here, right? And then even like I said already, when you do real research, you understand that the Americas is the beginning of all things. It is the beginning. That's where they call the Atlantis and all that stuff that was in the Gulf Coast. It's all about the Gulf Coast, man. That's the all-seeing eye. That's the middle. That's the middle. That's the center. Anyway, I don't want to go too left on y'all. See what I'm saying? We'll get there. Over time, we'll get there. You see, they talk about the two-headed serpent. Look at what they say in this totem mean, right? The top is a thunderbird. It say as a man. All right. Then Skunna, the killer whale. Shet or Woot, the bear. It say spitting or splitting up the wolf man. Then we got frog, Sisuk, two-headed serpent. Ohiya, meaning the seal. Wale, it say Walali, meaning the salmon. Lilu, the wolf. The raven, frog, the ancient power from the supernatural. Kuma, the bullhead. El Kole, the whale. You see? So once you go into these different things, see what they mean, then you'll get to some more stuff, man. I can't wait. But not to get off topic, going back, stick to what's really going on. Click a couple more pictures, see what they're talking about. But y'all see, this all American shit. American. All right. So I want to say this idea come from America. These totems and all that stuff, representations. And you see it was talking about the sun, moon, and the four winds. You know, it's all hand in hand. It's all the same thing. Get the X and all this kind of stuff. All right? So let's get back to the topic at hand, which, we're still on the topic, though. But the main idea was like, all right, boom. We got the totem, right? So it's a natural object or animal that is believed by a particular society. All right, so let's go down to the origin of the word totem, because that's what I'm trying to lead y'all to. And it's just going to further explicate that it's a part of American culture before European contact, what they call pre-Columbian era, the pre-Columbian age or era. All right? Hold on, I'm skipping, I'm going ahead of myself. I ain't even read it to y'all. Hold on. Let me X out right quick. All right, it's a mid-18th century, which is 1700s, from Ojibwa, then the new my totem. Y'all didn't read it already. So now I'm just clicking on the Ojibwa. Sound like a native, huh? Saying this shit, maybe our ancient language. All right, it say a member of North American people, of a North American people of the region around Lake Superior. All right, it say a member of a North American people of the region around Lake Superior. Okay, the Algonquian language of the Ojibwa, relating to Ojibwa or their language. Okay, and Ojibwa means puckered, and then it's dealing with it's a, with reference to their moccasins, and we know moccasins are the shoes. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, boom, the moccasins right there. We already know about the moccasins. See, we see some Indian flavor on the moccasins. Boom, you see the ones, the Indian flavor on there. You see, or whatever you want to call us. All right. So yeah, they down here terrorizing our folks and then enslaved our motherfucking ass. And called, and we was the Indians and they called our ass black and niggas and Negro and every damn thing else. But the owners of the land, goddamn. Then the African ass niggas came from over from Africa and helped their ass suppress us because they knew our language and shit. I don't mean to say it in no fucked up ass way, but that's just what it seemed like to me. All right, so let's check out pucker and see what this means right quick. And I think they demonized everything that we was about. All right, pucker is especially with reference to a person's face, tightly gathered or contract into wrinkles or small folds. Okay, wrinkle, crinkle, crockle. I guess that means frowned up, like warrior-like, goddammit. Draw, gather, crimp, pleats, ruckle. All right, screw up, grease. Let's see the origin. It means poke. From late 16th century, 1500s, probably frequentative from the base of poke and pocket, suggesting formation of small purse-like gatherings. All right, so it basically like purses and stuff like that. Like we one had them knapsacks and come on, man. Let's see something. Let's look at these. Let's look at the images right quick and see if it shows us what it is. What they talking about? Pucker, like a kiss. You know what? Ain't that some shit? Now, out of a sudden, this is crazy. This crazier than a motherfucker right here. Listen, and I don't mean to cuss like, yeah, I do mean to cuss. But you'll get offended, that's just on you, man. It's just entertainment, right? But look here, it's serious though. Y'all probably saw it before I did. Y'all know how the females be doing that face nowadays, that pucker face? And it seemed like that kind of like started from our people. Like we was the ones that started that. We into that. You see what I'm saying? Our females doing that face, and that's called a pucker face, right? And they saying that the Abujawa people, or whatever how you say it, right, is Indians, the pre-Columbian Indians and all that. So that's letting you know, since we just automatically gravitate towards doing that, that's our culture. You understand? For whatever reason, for whatever it means, but I'm just saying, those are called pucker lips. You see what I'm saying? And I wonder where this trend started from. I wonder who put this trend out there, because it's all about symbolism and signs, and man. And if you don't know what's going on, you just gonna be lost. This is crazy. I might do a separate video just to show where this look comes from. You understand? Just directly straight to the Ojibwa, and boom. Come on, man. Pucker, stop playing. This is crazy, man. It's out of sight right here, man. For real though. Look at this here. It's crazy. All right. So let's keep it moving. So now that we see what that's all about, let's keep going. And it said poke, right? It said from the base of poke and pocket. All right, so let's see. It's a jab or probe someone or something, especially with one's finger, okay? Prod stir a fire with a poker to make it burn more fiercely. Okay, so the fire people, I guess that's how you make a fire. You know what I'm saying? You know how the Indians. Wow, that's crazy. Because if I'm not mistaken, they always seem to show the Indians knowing how to create fire by blowing and using them damn sticks. And I never really saw them reference that to nobody else but the Indian people. All right, but anyway, so it say make a hole in something by prodding or jabbing at it, or by prodding or jabbing at it. All right, so focus slang. Okay, let's keep going. It's a act of poking someone or something. All right, let's keep on going down some more because we get to inform on it, slang and all that. All right, y'all can take time to read all that on your own time. Trying to get y'all to the facts. That's it. All right, it said another term for poke weed. All right, whatever that is. Another term for false hellebore. Okay, a Hawaiian dish, slice. All right. So now let's go on back up to the top. So we got the main idea about the pucker deal. All right. So just so y'all remember where pucker came from. It came from, let's see, let me go back one more time. Yeah, I want to go back. It came from Ojibwa. All right, it say, from Ojibwa said to mean pucker. You know what I'm saying? With the reference to their moccasins. So they saying the moccasins is why they calling us pucker. You know what I mean? That's basically what they saying. As reference to their moccasins, their shoes. Like a hole, I guess a hole in the shoe or something like that. A hole in the foot. I don't know. My phone be chirping every time I'm doing the video. That boy be. Alright. So now, let's keep on moving. Let's keep moving. Because we're still dealing with the fact that it's something that's being worshipped. Let me just go ahead and look up Lake Superior so we'll know where that's at for our own reference. Where is Lake Superior? For the people that's around Lake Superior, they know where it's at. But let's see what Lake Superior is. What would it look like? Let's see. Boom. So this is Lake Superior right here around Wisconsin, Michigan, Lake Erie, places like this. So this is where Lake Superior is. So all y'all people around that area, man, y'all already know Ojibwa, which we all were interconnected. Ojibwa. Okay, now let's get into the Ojibwa religion. See what they believed in. Okay, so it's the religion. The Ojibwa religion was mainly self-centered, okay, and focused on the belief in power perceived from spirits during visions and dreams. Some of the forces and spirits in the Ojibwa belief were benign and not feared, such as sun, moon, four winds, thunder, and lightning. Okay, the Ojibwa people, you guys' religion was mainly self-centered. Now, I have never been up north, but they say in the north, people are very self-centered. They don't care nothing about you at all. And they focused on what they got to do. You understand? Would seem quite plausible. You see, because that's really how it is in life. You got to do what you got to do for yourself, taking care of yourself and your family in the most righteous way you can. Using your dreams and your visions to accomplish what you want, right? And that's what everybody teaching you. It's all about visualization. Everything is mental, all that kind of stuff. That's dealing with visions and dreams, people. When we're dealing with the scriptures, we say, okay, this person had a vision, this person had a dream. Martin Luther King had a dream, you understand? So let's follow the stuff for what it is. So it says some forces of spirits in Ojibwa belief, all right, are not feared, such as the sun, moon, four winds, thunder, and lightning. All right. So we get it. So it's self-centered. It's all about belief in the power received from the spirits. All right. From the power that your God-given talents and abilities. That's what our ancient ancestors believed in. They believed in independence. You understand? You see, you got the man sitting on the turtle. It's like they call it Turtle Island. That's a black man. But, of course, they whitewash everything. Ain't no need to even tell y'all that the people was black, of course. But whatever you want to call them, they weren't called black. They were actually called West Ethiopians. As quiet as it skipped. That's one name they were called, the West Ethiopians. All right, so let's keep it moving. But we had the Canada lands or whatever, the Canadian lands. All right. So let's go on back to Totem. Let's see what else I got open for y'all right now. I think that might have been it though. Let's check out this Nina Dudum. All right, it say totem, noun, an animal, plant, or natural object serving among certain tribal or traditional peoples as the emblem of a clan or family, and sometimes revered as its founder, ancestor, or guardian. So we be like, hey man, the ancestors this, the ancestors that. You know what I mean? That's where we get that from. So it's Nadudum. That's what that's called. And another thing I want to show y'all a picture, right? We got the picture of the totem, and then we got a picture of the electric pole. You see that? Totem, the electric pole. It's basically the same thing. Let's check out some more pictures of it. Electric pole. Look at that. Boom. It's the same thing, man. So it's like, what's going on? Was they generating energy through these poles or something? And we know when we talk about a God or whatever, we're talking about the power. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about energy. You know what I mean? When we're talking about the four winds, we're talking about the energy of the earth. We're talking about power of the earth. We know earth is a big old power source. That's what it is. It's like a big old battery. You see? All the power is being generated out of the earth, through the earth, via the sun and the moon. And the wind is like the circuit. That's the current. I'm just saying. So, that's a whole other topic. So let's get into the word utility, because electric poles are also called utility poles. All right? So utility is the state of being useful, profitable, or beneficial. So when they're talking about totem poles, and we're talking about electric poles, you know what I mean? We're talking about being useful. We're talking about being profitable and beneficial. Okay, we're talking about advantage, value, helpfulness, profitability, convenience, practicality, effectiveness, efficacy, avail, service, feasibility, viability, workability, practicability, possibility, mileage, In game theory or economics, it's a measure of that which is sought to be maximized in any situation involving a choice. All right? In a game theory or economics, okay, when we're talking about the totem pole of economics, we're talking about a measure of that which is sought. Like how much do you plan on making? Right? To be maximized in any situation involving a choice. Like you have a choice to do this or do that. So depending on the measure that you're trying to obtain, or whatever you're trying to maximize, you see what I'm saying? It involves choices that you make to determine if you're gonna make that happen or not. You understand? And when we're speaking of a game, like a game theory, or we talking about economics. All right, so we saying the economics is a game. Life is a game, but it ain't a game at the same time for real. But when it comes to making money and all that, it's basically a game. It's like Monopoly, the game of Monopoly. Can you monopolize? You see? Can you monopolize? Can you channel this individual spirit, this individual power? Can you use your individual totem, which is your body, your individual totem, to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in life? Right? It just told you about like the 9 different aspects of animal or whatever. You see how they looked at it? They looked at the power. Like, okay, a lion move like this, a cheetah move like that. This, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they eat this kind of food. They eat that kind of food. You know, it's like you gotta study it. Life is a game. You gotta study the science. You got somebody working this way against you, or working that way against you. You gotta check out the formula. Oh, this is how they accomplishing this. This is how they pulling this over my head. You know what I'm saying? This is how they oppressing me. This is how. And then once you figure that out, then you gotta figure out the antidote. You see what I'm saying? You gotta go into your wizard pot. You gotta mix your brew together. But if you out here letting people know that you see they playing how they doing it, and then you letting them know how you plan on gaining your freedom or removing yourself from this oppression, all they doing is just adding different ingredients to their pot, to their brew. Oh yeah, you plan on doing this? Let me add this little bit over here so I can cast a spell on that you're trying to do, so you won't be able to do that, accomplish that. Let me add a little bit more spice over here. So the more you keep letting them know, you let them know what seasoning to put in, so you don't even know you're working against yourself. You see what I'm saying? And that's what this media and social media and all this kind of stuff is all about. You know, like this information I'm putting out, oh man, it's powerful for the one that can catch it. Real talk. You know, but they betting their money on people not getting it. That's what they betting their money on. And for the most part, they don't even, you know, they know we on the way. It ain't no way around it. This energy, this power, this kind of understanding, you know. I don't want to get too off track, man, but yeah, let me keep it on top. But we know what it is. Anything that's understood ain't got to be discussed. Real talk. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, just how I just kind of like slipped off into, oh, what they did. Nah, I don't need to address nobody about nothing, man. You understand? Just do what I do. Because, yeah, I know where my power coming from. You understand? Yeah, straight like that. So let's keep moving, man. Let's keep moving. All right. So, second definition: an organization supplying the community with electricity, gas, water, or sewage. An organization supplying the community with electricity, gas, water, or sewage. All right? So, like we say, our utility companies, they are our power. You see? The person that controls your utilities controls your power, controls how you do, what you can do. You understand? All right, U.S. stocks and bonds and public utilities. Computing, a utility program. Adjective, useful, especially through being able to perform several functions. Okay, useful, especially through being able to perform several functions. Like you need this stuff to perform several functions. All right, you need utilities, which we talking about the totem pole. Let's not forget totem pole, electric pole. All right, so it's relating to the lowest U.S. government grade of beef. Relating to the lowest U.S. government grade of beef. All right, ain't that something? Okay, the origin of the word is late Middle English from Old French, utilite, from Latin utilis, utilitas, from utilis, useful. All right, from the word useful. So be useful, stuff like that. Okay, so for the most part, I think I've covered everything I pretty much want to cover about Totem. And yeah, we get on to, let's see, going back to icon right quick. Idol, I mean. Yeah, I think it was idle. Yeah. Oh, idle. So we back on idle, right? So we just ran through totem right quick. So now the next word is gonna be statue. I don't know what kind of stuff we should find out a statue, but hey, it's related to idle. So we're gonna run through that. And once again, I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. I get back with you. Peace. I'm out.